All right, so last week, Lil Durk had a bond hearing in which he ultimately got denied, which is no shocker to most of us, right? But the real bombshell is the feds are actually trying to link him to another case that happened in Chicago. And they're saying it had something to do with his brother D thing. So we got Cam from Cuff Boyz. He's going to go over the paperwork. And what the paperwork is, it's actually an application for a warrant that names Lil Durk in it. He's not charged yet, but it just names him in it. And he's going to go over it. We got some pictures we're going to put up over on the screen, let you guys see the pictures. But before we do that, you guys know what it is. I need y'all to go down and smash that like button. Help this video get into the YouTube algorithm. And while you at it, you might as well go ahead and drop a comment. Come on, man. It's all free. It's all free. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon. That way you get notified every time I drop a video. Hey, we almost at 2,000 subscribers, y'all. We growing fast. We getting there. We getting there. The goal is still 10,000 subscribers. So let's go. Smash that like button. Let's go ahead and get into this content.
So here's the application for search warrant from 2023, right? For the other murder. I'm a special agent with FBI. I'm currently assigned to FBI's Chicago Homicide Task Force. This affidavit is made in support of an application for a search warrant for information associated with certain cell phone numbers. And they have the numbers right here. Subject phone 3, subject phone 4, 5. The FBI is investigating allegations that Anthony Montgomery, also known as Anthony Montgomery Wilson, and Preston Powell used facilities of interstate commerce with the intent that a murder for hire be committed in violation of Title 18, United States Code Sections 1958 and 2, that Montgomery, Powell, and others conspired to use facilities of interstate commerce with the intent that a murder for hire be committed. Specifically, the FBI is investigating the allegations that Montgomery and Powell murdered Stephon Mack on January 27, 2022. Mack was shot and killed by two assailants while leaving the Youth Peace Center of Roseland. Two assailants exited from a parked stolen car and began firing at Mack as Mack walked across the parking lot. As the two assailants were driving the parking lot, Powell, using subject phone 3, exchanged several phone calls with the user on subject phone 4. Law enforcement believes that subject phone 4 is typically used by co-conspirator A, but for reasons set forth below, may have been used by co-conspirator B. Co-conspirator B and A are brothers at the time of the exchange of calls between subject phone 3 and 4. The two assailants abandoned the stolen car at the scene in the parking lot after having murdered Mack. I believe that Powell and Montgomery were the two assailants. After the murder, Montgomery left his cell phone. Subject phone 1 was Montgomery's phone. Inside the stolen vehicle, he left his phone. No way, that's got to be a burner phone, right? There's no way he left his personal cell phone in the stolen car, right? Please tell me this man did not leave his personal phone in the car.
Oh, yes, he
Powell
did.
Called.
Look at this picture. That is his cell phone, along with the cup that somebody was using. And it looks like a dispensary bag too. So they left a lot of evidence at the crime scene. We can see that. We see that already.
Montgomery 3 times on subject phone 1 from subject phone 3 minutes after the shooting because they split up on foot in different directions. Powell was unlikely aware that Montgomery left his phone inside the vehicle. 34 minutes after Mack was murdered, Montgomery's girlfriend, the listed subscriber for subject phone 1, wait, hold on. So this guy's cooked. He really did leave a personal cell phone in the car that was linked to his girlfriend. This guy's cooked. What was he thinking? Called AT&T to report subject 1 as a stolen phone. Oh my.
And you know the phones be having your DNA on it too, right? It be pressed up against your face to get that touch DNA. And then when you're talking on speaker or you FaceTiming somebody, you speak and you got saliva flying out your phone. It's all on your phone. DNA right there. Done. He's done. He's done.
My God, this guy ran to his girlfriend's house, realized he left the phone there in the car, and told her to report it stolen, right? That's what this means. Approximately 3 minutes before contacting AT&T to report the phone stolen, Montgomery's girlfriend was contacted by subject phone 5. Okay, so someone called her before she reported it. 5 days after he abandoned subject phone 1 in the car, he obtained a new cell phone, subject phone 2. Montgomery used subject phone 2 to communicate with Powell, using what I believe is coded language to discuss when Montgomery was going to receive the payment for having murdered Mack. Oh no. Please tell me they don't name Durk in this. In February 22, law enforcement.
So check this out. Check this out. I bet they found his phone at the crime scene, right? Linked it to him. And when he went and got a new one, they tapped it.
See subject phone 2 from Montgomery and sent to his arrest in an unrelated case. There's probable cause to believe that the location of subject phone 1 and subject phone 3 and subject phone 4 at the time of the murder will lead to evidence of the subject offenses, and that location of subject 5 in the period of time after the murder will lead to evidence of subject offenses. Because this affidavit is being submitted for the limited purpose of search warrant, I've not included each and every fact known to me concerning this investigation. I've set forth facts I believe are sufficient to establish probable cause to search the information. Bro's like, I'm withholding evidence. I ain't giving y'all everything I got on y'all. These boys might be cooked. Bro left his fucking phone in the car after killing someone. How brain dead. Background on the victim, Stefan Mack. According to Smashville member 2, at the time of his death, Mack was suspected leader of Smashville GDs. Wow, bro was a leader? That's crazy. So Stefan Mack had a previous case. He was sentenced to 24 months imprisonment, followed by a 3-year term of supervised release in December 2019. In October 2020, he violated his supervised release. He was arrested, sentenced to 11 months, released back on September 3rd, 2021. Mack was enrolled as YPC participant at the time of his death on January 27th. YPC is a nonprofit organization offering youth-related workshops that mentor teens and teach youth the skills necessary to avoid conflict and violence. Montgomery is a Mike City Black disciple from Southside Chicago. Montgomery, circled in red on the left, has been pictured with recording artist Lil Durk, circled in red on the right, who is also a Black disciple from Southside of Chicago. So there's Montgomery and there's Durk. According to CH1, the leader of Mike City. So this CH1 is clearly a snitch, right? CH1 is an FBI confidential human source with an extensive knowledge of gang activity on the South Side of Chicago. CH1 has worked with the FBI for over 5 years and has been paid approximately 12 grand. What?
Wow. They had an informant that's been working with the feds for 5 years and only collected $12,000. He got ripped off. What's her name with BMF and them? She got $250 for 5 years or something like that. So he got 12. He got ripped off. What's her name? Tammy Cohen's?
CH1 has provided accurate and reliable information on numerous violent acts conducted by gang members. It's been verified by law enforcement and has been used to prosecute individuals in Northern District of Illinois. CH1 is a former gang member, has one misdemeanor carry possessed firearm conviction. So CH1 is the snitches of all snitches. Holy fuck. According to CH1, the leader of Mike City has ties to rapper Lil Durk and has been in rap videos with Lil Durk. Why are they blurring him in the music video? Like people can't just go look it up in the music video and find his face.
Hey, and that's the Aha video too.
Powell has spent time living at South Carpenter Street, which is located in Mike City, BD territory. Powell was a victim of simple battery that occurred April 27, 2010. Holy fuck. Powell was a victim of simple battery that occurred on September 7, 2011. According to CH1, Risky Road is located in the area of Redacted East 104th Street and is made up of 4 corner hustlers and other groups. According to CH1, Risky Road is ties to other sets due to ranking members of each having historical relationships. Background on Lil Durk, oh boy. Famous rapper from Southside Chicago. According to CH1, conversation with CPD gang officers who are familiar with Black Disciples, social media postings, public source research, and a review of Lil Durk's lyrics. Lil Durk is a member of Lamron, faction of Black Disciples. According to CPD records, Lil Durk's brother, Dante Banks Jr., aka D-Thang, was shot and killed outside a nightclub in Harvey, Illinois in June 2021. So they're saying this was in retaliation. CH1 has reported that Lil Durk was and is still offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed. Holy.
This is the snitch saying that's putting it in paperwork for a whole nother case that nobody was linking Durk to.
Shit. CH1 just telling the feds everything, boys. CH1 has also indicated that D-Thang was killed by members of Dump Street. Dump Street is a GD faction of the South Side of Chicago. Dump Street member Individual A was a close associate of Mac. Oh. Individual A is currently in pretrial custody for allegedly having committed a double murder that took place in Country Club Hills, Illinois. So this guy's already in jail for another murder.
So they couldn't get the actual dude that did it. So they got a friend of his, which, you ask me, that's not get back. How you hit up somebody that had nothing to do with it? Come on, that's the same thing. It's the same thing with Rondo and Lil Pab. Lil Pab, you get the wrong person. That's not get back. Come on, even if you would have got Rondo, that's still not get back because it was Lil Tim that did it.
Mac arrived at YPC at approximately 12:07 p.m. on January 27, 2022. At approximately 2:22 p.m., while Mac was still inside YPC, a 2014 black Chrysler sedan with tinted windows carrying the shooters drove into YPC's parking lot. The Chrysler was initially parked on the east side of the parking lot, facing YPC. At 2:25, Chrysler moved to the west side of the lot, facing eastward. The shooters remained in the Chrysler for approximately 40 minutes. These boys were in the car for 40 minutes.
So they was in the car for 40 minutes, right? Leaving their fingerprints and DNA everywhere. He didn't stop to think. He didn't put his phone in his pocket, his hoodie pocket, pants pocket or something. Make sure he had all his stuff. Hell, y'all was in the car for 40 minutes. Hell, they was in the car longer than that. Homeboy even had his girl in the car.
Lurking, waiting in the shadows. There they are right there. Those windows are tinted as fuck. Mac exited YPC and began walking across the parking lot at 2:59. As he walked toward his car, 2 masked individuals emerged from the Chrysler, one from the driver's side door, shooter A, and the other from the front passenger side door, shooter B. They began shooting at Mac, who fled eastbound away from the shooters. Concerning Mac's autopsy and the record of evidence at the crime scene, shooter A pursued Mac on foot and shot him to death with a Ruger AR-556 rifle. Ran up on him with a rifle, man. Ring camera footage in an alleyway. After killing Mac, shooter A fled eastbound away from YPC. As he did so, the ring footage captured shooter A yelling something to the effect of, "Marley, yo, come on, Marley."
Bro, they out here on a drill yelling each other's names. Are you serious? Yelling out each other's names, even though they street names. Come on. Those can be linked back to you.
You killed someone and you're screaming names out loud to your friend. Is that someone's name? Don't tell me shooter B's name is Marley and he was calling for him. A Ruger AR-556 bearing serial number blah 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 was recovered in the backyard of a vacant residence.
Hey, this is the part that's gonna kill y'all right here.
Rode through the AR in someone's backyard, only 0.1 miles east.
Wait for
Not
it.
even that far. Literally right down the damn street, bro. You got to do better than that. Disposing of a murder weapon, bro. FBI's awaiting analysis to determine whether if there was a rifle to use to shoot and kill Mac. The Ruger AR-556 rifle was purchased by individual B at a federal firearms license located in Atlanta on October 1st, 2020.
Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? The Ruger AR-556 rifle was purchased by individual B at a federal firearms license located in Atlanta, Georgia, on or about October 1st, 2020. Bro, they used a gun that was registered to one of them and then left it. Come on. Hey, they get my vote for dumbest criminals. They got the rest of them top. Hell, they make the old Block 5 look like geniuses.
Wait, what? Shooter B purchased the weapon? It's not a stolen weapon? Why would they kill someone with that? What were these boys thinking? Information provided by victim 1, who was YPC's security guard, stepped outside the parking lot and was shot in the left leg by shooter B. After shooting victim 1, shooter B fled westbound on YPC on foot. The shooters abandoned the Chrysler in the parking lot with one of their fucking phones in the car. Like idiots, dude. There's shooter B running. I believe Montgomery is shooter A. Chrysler was reported stolen on January 20th, 7 days before. They found his fucking phone in the front seat of the car. Oh my god, just sitting right there. Right in the center console. And look how dirty this fucking car is. Information provided by Apple. Subject phone 1 belongs to Montgomery with the email address and everything, bro. There's DNA match between biological material recovered from subject phone 1 and Montgomery. This guy's cooked, bro. Member subject phone 5 placed a call to individual C's phone. 3 minutes later, approximately 3:45, 45 minutes after the Mac was murdered, individual C contacted AT&T using cell phone number blah 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 and reported subject phone stolen. Individual C, is that the girlfriend that was reporting the phone stolen, right? From
that is
earlier?
the girlfriend.
Or am I tripping? Law enforcement interviewed individual C. Oh no. Identified herself as Montgomery's girlfriend. Okay, I wasn't tripping. Verified her phone number and had been her telephone number for years. She related that AJ, a nickname for Montgomery, is a criminal and a felon. She related that she knows AJ has been convicted of a felony before unlawful use of weapons. She's never been present for any of Montgomery's arrests. And they have her on camera walking into a Walgreens and then walking out and going into the stolen
right
vehicle.
into the car.
Clearly she was with her boy.
Getting right into the stolen vehicle. This happened. This was before they went on their little mission. So they got a stolen car. He went and picked up his girl, ran some errands, got some groceries, took her back to the crib, dropped her off, picked up homeboy, and went on this mission. And then left the car with her prints, her DNA, his phone, all in the car. Come on.
Boyfriend who was driving it, the stolen vehicle of a car that murdered someone. These people are fucking cooked. Identified herself as the woman in surveillance footage from Walgreens and Jimmy's Burgers. Individual C said that individual X drove individual C to Walgreens and Jimmy Burgers. They found her Facebook. Shows a picture of her with Montgomery. Preston Powell is shooter B, he believes. Plastic cup with Rise and Grind written on it. Rise and Grind, let's go fucking kill someone. Was recovered in the front seat of a Chrysler, where shooter B was located. And they found his fingerprints on the cup. He's cooked. And there it is. DNA. Uses the nickname JB Marley. which is the same name Shooter A yelled out minutes after the murder of Mac, as depicted on the Ring camera footage. Subject phone 1 that was left in the car received 3 incoming calls from subject phone 3 on the day of the murder. I believe that subject phone 3 was used by Powell on that day of the shooting to call Montgomery. These 3 calls were made at 3:02, 3:03, and 3:06, which were minutes after Mac was killed. None of the calls were answered because it was left in the Chrysler. Subject phone 3 is registered to blah blah blah, which is the same address listed as Powell's home. I believe these 3 calls were made from Powell to Montgomery in an attempt to find out where Montgomery was, because they left in separate directions. We know all that. Lil Durk released a song called Aha after Mac was murdered. So on February 22nd, almost a month after the murder, he releases a song. I believe the song can be reasonably interpreted to be references to Durk having people killed. We be sliding through they blocks and they don't know we have. Yeah. Buddy ass got shot and we ain't claim it, but I can show his ass.
I mean, I don't think you can really link that to that. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of a vague statement there, don't you think?
I believe these lyrics can be reasonably interpreted to be a reference
they got
to Mac's
they
murder.
got some stuff on it. Watch.
An unknown individual recorded YPC surveillance video of the murder on what appears to have been a separate video recording device, possibly a cell phone, and distributed the phone to others. Additional lyrics from the same song. My brother D thing just got killed and I've been slow since, but we got back on the ass. I bet they know this. It's a reference to Mac's murder for reasons stated further below in sections describing law enforcement's review of jail calls and social media posts. So here's where things get dicey, boys. Montgomery and Powell have been on February 19, 2022. Montgomery was arrested by Illinois State Police after fleeing from a stolen vehicle. The phone he had on him revealed the device used cell phone number and was activated after the killing. They discovered a series of texts. Oh no, man. Here we go. Between Montgomery and Powell, the 2 shooters, boys. So this is like 2 weeks after the murder. From Powell to Montgomery. What's up with OTF? Montgomery to Powell. Nothing. Powell to Montgomery again. What do you mean they not paying? Montgomery to Powell. We wait and he comes up here on the 17th. Powell to Montgomery. Stand on that. Why are you with Durk and them? Powell to Montgomery.
Stand on that. Why you with Durk and them? They mentioned Durk's name. First they mentioned OTF. Then they mentioned Durk's name. They mentioned Durk by name. They know one of these guys has an association with Durk. They see him in pictures together.
Did Durk gave you that money? Not a good look. They named Durk after killing someone 2 weeks prior, wondering where the money is. Is that all the evidence they have on him? I wonder, they probably have more. This exchange of messages 14 days after Mac was murdered, when the user of Powell phone 2 asked his user of subject phone 2, what's up with OTF? These 2 were discussing Lil Durk and his affiliates. Well, fucking clearly. Lil Durk's record label is OTF. Subject phone 2 and Powell exchanged nothing. What do you mean they not paying? Subject phone 2 was indicating they had not been paid when user of subject phone 2 wrote nothing, prompting user of Powell phone 2 to question whether there was an issue with them being paid for Mac's murder. This is just not good for Durk, boys. We wait and he come up here on the 17th. He was indicating that he was waiting for Durk to come into town on February 17th. Paid them for having murdered Mac. Stand that while you with Durk and them. The user of Powell phone 2 was user of subject phone 2 who insists on getting paid when he saw Durk on the 17th. The next day when the user of Powell phone 2 wrote, did Durk give you that money? Fucking obviously he's confirming if he got the money. Yeah, whatever. Review the Facebook page for your user with public display name. Redacted. I know that Lil Durk was interviewed on Blank podcast February 22nd. On February 18th, the
$1 million worth of game.
User Facebook page displayed name. Made the following post claiming to have been in an interview with Lil Durk. Based on my review of the music video, the video appears to have been filmed in Chicago. On May 5th, 2022, a former employee 1 of YPC, was interviewed by law enforcement. Employee 1 said he was present at YPC when Mac was murdered. He recalled 2 participants who were present at YPC, but should not have been there. And what did I say? I knew someone.
There it is. And somebody dropped the low. So there's even more witnesses.
Someone gave someone information that he was there. According to employee 1, the participants, co-conspirator A and B, were former participants at YPC but were kicked out approximately 6 months before they were too high risk. They were brothers and were members of gang Risky Road. Co-conspirator A leaving in an Uber prior to Mac being murdered, but co-conspirator B was at YPC when Mac was murdered. B left immediately after the shooting, before law enforcement arrived. These are definitely the guys that gave up that boy's location, man. Employee 1 identified B in CPD dash cam footage exiting YPC after law enforcement arrived at the scene. Employee 2 told law enforcement employee 2 drove conspirator B and approximately 3 other YPC participants home after the shooting. Employee 1 stated to law enforcement that he heard that after Mac was murdered, there was anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000 being offered for someone to kill Mac. $50,000 to $500,000 being offered to kill him. So that's what they're going to say is how much Durk was willing to pay. So co-conspirator A's phone, subject 4, and co-conspirator B's phone, there were 7 calls and an attempted call between subject 3 and the phone number used by Powell on the day of their murder. And there it is. They were communicating with Powell. That's how they got the location of him. 7 different calls right here. before the murder. Montgomery was flexing on Facebook. Picture of him holding up money with Lil Durk's song playing in the background. This is just, it keeps connecting Durk to it, bro. Literally the guy that just murdered someone, allegedly, being paid for it by Durk, putting Durk's song on an Instagram post with the money. But he wasn't paid for it yet.
You got one of the shooters right here, clout chasing on IG. This is the same one that left the phone in the car. He shouldn't have no electronics. After leaving the phone in the car, he shouldn't have no electronics. He should be off the grid right now. Here he is, clout chasing, flexing money. Flexing money that he probably just, well, they're speculating that he just got from Durk. And that's why homeboy calling him like, well, where the money at? Come on. Hey, if y'all gonna, I'm not condoning this, but if y'all gonna pay to have somebody bumped off, don't use crash outs. Don't use these street dudes that really ain't never had no money before. They don't know how to handle it when they do get some money. They want to be on IG, clout chasing like this, making themselves hot. Come on. Hire some real pros. Come on. Durk had the money to hire some real ex-CIA or ex-cartel or whatever, some kind of pros. He had the money to do that. But he chose to do crash outs, and that's why he's sitting where he's sitting at now.
Then anyway, but either way, it's bad. Montgomery made the above Facebook post to brag and take credit for the murder of Mac, playing Lil Durk's music and hold a large amount of cash to bring the fact that he was paid by Durk to kill Mac.
Making
and
a
of course,
spot
jail
high.
calls their self-snitching. What did Montgomery say on the jail call, bro? On February 1st, 2022, individual I stated to unknown individual in summary, the individual I heard Lil Durk said that's for D-Thing. Individual I then said, he woofing like Tay-Town and that's for D-Thing. Then check in, bitch. That shit ain't free. I believe individual I is referring to Mac homicide. Individual I is saying Mac was killed for D-Thing. And then Lil Durk needs to pay out because it wasn't done for free. This is not fucking good, man. Every time I read it gets worse.
Durk
Individual
is cooked,
I to an
bro.
unknown individual on January 31st stated that they need to create a song and add Snowman to it. Call his dumbass in the snow. Now his dumbass stretched. Clearly Mac was murdered in the snow. This is just insane, bro.
All right, so there you guys got it, man. That was Cam from Cuff Boyz going over this second crime that they're trying to link Durk to. This is crazy. This is crazy. They, you know what? First, I was saying that the Julio Fulio dudes, them was the dumbest ones, the dumbest criminals this year out of the bunch. These guys is beating them now. These guys is beating them between the O Block 5, the OTF 5, the dudes down there in Jacksonville, and then these goofies. Who y'all think? Put down in the comment section who y'all think is in the lead for dumbest criminals. Come on, man. He left his cell phone in the car. They left the car at the crime scene. Left his cell phone in the car. Killed somebody with a rifle that's registered to the other shooter and then left it there. Y'all was asking to come get picked up. Left your DNA, your girl's DNA, her prints all over the car. Come on, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. But that's my video for today, man. If you guys made it this far and you new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon. That way YouTube notifies you every time I drop a new video. Hey, you guys, hit that like button. Let's get this video into the algorithm. Drop me a comment. Say, hey, what's up? Thumbs up, middle finger, whatever you want to say. F you, whatever. Drop it down in the comment section. Help your boy out. I greatly appreciate y'all. It's your boy Charm. I'm out of here. Peace.